Hello, friends. Have you also been bombarded by Elon Musk's Optimus robot recently? Elon Musk himself, during an earnings call in April 2025, made a bold prediction, stating, "We expect to have thousands of Optimus robots working in Tesla factories by the end of this year." Wow, thousands of AI robots on duty sounds like science fiction becoming reality. But today, we're going to analyze whether this factory revolution is real, or if Musk is playing a narrative management game with investors. Let me give you a spoiler. Going to work in 2025 is pretty much out of the question, but the story behind it is far more exciting than the robot itself. Let's start with the most sensational part. You've probably seen Optimus robots dancing, standing on one leg, and even that widely circulated video of it folding t-shirts, right? Doesn't it look incredibly impressive, as if it could be a nanny any minute now? But that's precisely the core of the problem. Elon Musk himself admitted in early 2024 that the t-shirt folding video was not done autonomously, but was teleoperated by humans in the background. This is the most crucial finding in assessing Optimus's current status. Simply put, Optimus's body might be ready, but its brain, the AI, is completely incapable of autonomously deciding how to handle a complex task. Think about it. If it needs human remote control to fold a shirt on a table, can you really expect thousands of robots to autonomously handle a chaotic car assembly line in 2025? That's simply unrealistic. So, why did Tesla abandon its goal of producing 5,000 units in 2025? Production was even temporarily halted. The reason has surfaced. Internal sources reveal that it's due to difficulties in the robot's hands, which is considered the most technically challenging part. It's like deciding to build a skyscraper. You lay a great foundation, and the steel structure is incredibly strong, but then you find you can't produce qualified screws. Musk himself acknowledged this in a podcast in September 2025, saying, "The hands, including the forearms, are one of the main difficulties in the entire robot engineering. This hand crisis is no small matter. It's a critical path obstacle." It not only explains why Tesla needed to fake delicate tasks like folding clothes, but also directly led to the departure of the Optimus project leader in June 2025. Until nimble and reliable hands can be mass-produced, any discussion about going to work is premature. All right, even if there are technical difficulties, let's look at the economics. Musk repeatedly states that Optimus's target price is only $20,000 to $30,000. Some friends might say, "Wow, that's a steal." The fully loaded cost of a Tesla production worker in the US, including benefits and insurance, is about $76,000 a year. Wouldn't this robot pay for itself in a few months? Friends, that's the trap of the $20,000 price tag. First, that $20,000 is the target price. What's the current cost? According to Morgan Stanley's Bill of Materials analysis, the hardware cost alone for Optimus Gen 2 is currently between $50,000 and $60,000. The hands and legs combined already exceed $24,000. Musk's target price of $20,000 is more than 60% lower than the current actual manufacturing cost. This price reduction is entirely dependent on unrealized mass production, and mass production is currently stalled by the hand crisis. Secondly, do you think buying a robot is like buying a car, where you just pay the sticker price and you're done? In the industrial sector, this is called total cost of ownership. If you buy a $50,000 industrial arm, factoring in system integration, programming, safety enclosures, and training, the total cost of ownership can easily reach $150,000. Optimus, being such a complex mobile robot, will only have exponentially increasing maintenance and repair costs. Therefore, analyses claiming Optimus will pay for itself in a month and a half are fatally flawed and seriously misleading. What's a more realistic estimate? Even if the total cost of ownership in the first year is kept to $100,000 compared to the $76,000 human labor cost, the payback period would still be 1.3 years. Considering this is a first-generation product, a more realistic expectation is an actual payback period of 24 to 36 months. So, does that mean Tesla is out of the game? Not necessarily. Tesla's real trump card is AI, the real-world AI developed with tens of billions invested in the FSD full self-driving project. Tesla's gamble is, I will directly transplant the FSD's AI brain into Optimus's body. But while Tesla is still painstakingly solving the hand crisis and waiting for its perfect AI brain to mature, the real threat has already arrived. This threat comes from China. Stop comparing it to Boston Dynamics. Their Atlas robot is a research platform with no cost constraints, priced over $140,000 and not a mass-produced commodity at all. Let's look at the real competitors. The first is Unitree Robotics G1. Its starting price is only $16,000. It's already available for purchase. In terms of hardware, it surpasses Optimus in many key metrics such as stronger load capacity and faster speed. The second is Kepler's K2. Its price is $30,000. It began mass production in September 2025 and has already secured trial orders. Do you see? Chinese competitors are staging a classic low-end disruption. While Tesla is still pursuing perfect AI, Chinese companies have already started selling good enough products that are hardware stronger, lower priced, and immediately available. The story takes an ironic turn here. Tesla can't get its own hands right, so what now? Multiple reports, though not officially confirmed, indicate that Tesla has placed a massive order worth up to $685 million US, or about 5 billion Chinese yuan, with a Chinese supplier, Sanhua Intelligent Controls. What are they buying? Linear actuators, which are essentially the robot's joints. If this is true, it would be quite dramatic. First, it confirms internal failure. This is tantamount to publicly admitting that Musk's boasts of no existing supply chain and almost everything is new didn't pan out, and he ultimately had to outsource. Secondly, it sets a new timeline. This batch of orders is not expected to begin delivery until the first quarter of 2026. This is the realistic timeframe for Optimus to truly begin mass production, completely dashing the 2025 goal. Finally, it exposes strategic dependence. This makes Tesla's most important future product dependent on its main competitor for its most core components. So, after all this, why did Musk make such a bold prediction in 2025? Reason 1. Evidence of distraction tactics. Critics argue that Optimus is a purposeful distraction aimed at diverting public attention from Tesla's core business, such as declining electric vehicle profits. This theory was perfectly validated during the earnings call on the 22nd of October 2025. Tesla reported a 37% plunge in profit for that quarter. During the same call, Musk actively downplayed the poor financials, shifting the conversation to Optimus, calling it the greatest product ever, and stating it would eventually account for 80% of the company's value. So, the grand narrative of Optimus is being actively used as a hedge to mask the poor performance of the EV business. Reason 2. Wall Street's AI valuation. Tesla's survival depends on this distraction tactic. If it were just a car company, Tesla's valuation couldn't be sustained. Its high valuation relies entirely on investors believing it's a high-profit AI company. Therefore, Musk must heavily promote Optimus. At this stage, the narrative success of Optimus is more important for the stock price than its engineering success. Reason 3. The ultimate union deterrent. There's an even deeper reason. The United Auto Workers Union has been pushing for unionization at Tesla. Optimus is Musk's ultimate strategic weapon against unions. A robot worker that doesn't need wages, insurance, won't join a union, and won't strike is Musk's ideal employee. This explains why Musk is so aggressive, even when short-term returns in 2 to 3 years are not advantageous. So, friends, let's answer that core question: is Optimus really on duty in 2025? The answer is no. Musk's statement about thousands of robots working this year is a financial narrative aimed at supporting valuation, not an engineering timeline. Evidence 1. The admitted hand crisis makes mass production physically impossible. Evidence 2. Critical tasks, such as folding clothes, rely on teleoperation, proving the AI brain isn't ready. Evidence 3. Real mass production components won't be delivered until the first quarter of 2026. Optimus's real work in 2025 will be the deployment of a very small number of prototypes, likely fewer than 50, on the pilot production line in Fremont. Their true work is not assembling cars, but serving as data collection platforms, providing training data for AI models through teleoperation. Optimus is not a scam, but it is a race where Tesla has not yet caught up to its own hype. The going to work in 2025 is just a pipe dream. The real race will only begin in 2026.